Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening and watching. It's your girl, Shaeranea, right? And I'm back with another video. So today I just finished, well, intended to finish what I started. I pretty much finished it. I cut down most of the large ones. I cut down pretty much majority of them. But, you know, when you start something, you got to realize that there's always more to do. So there was more I wanted to do, but the goal that I wanted to accomplish, I accomplished it. I cut down all the big ones, the little ones, and I moved them out the way, and you know, the backyard is looking much, much better, and I'm really happy with that. So today, I was thinking as I was cleaning up the trees and the limbs and the grass, and I was thinking the most amazing thing to me, for me, I can't speak for anybody else, is never actually ever getting close, like super close to anybody, to a point where it could be used against me, you know? Like never deeply getting real close to somebody. I've never really been close to anybody, never really desired to be close to anybody. Because I see things in different perspectives. You know, if there was ever an enemy out there, this is just like me coming up with something. But if there was ever an enemy and they knew that was a weakness or that was something I care about, like some loved ones, me getting close to people only brings more suffering for me. And life requires you to grow, requires you to learn, which requires suffering. So there's endless suffering in life in all aspects. You must experience suffering in order to learn, in order to obtain, in order to gain, in order to know, in order to be. And that's really all that is. You must suffer in order to obtain and gain what it is that you desire most. But sometimes I believe that it often get misconstrued because I just think I would never regret that, like not ever getting close to people, because I see how it really is, and I don't really want any parts of that. And I've always been such a loner. It's why I do everything alone. It's why I go do things alone. It's why I experience hardships alone. Because people don't really appreciate it. Your experience. People don't really appreciate you like you will. And the fact that you getting close to people will just make them a target if you ever got into a situation. Someone would use them as bait. They would become I don't know. I'm just thinking totality of how that is a weakness. No, I'm not saying loving people is a weakness. I'm just saying getting close to people and allowing people to get close to you kind of is. Honestly. And it's some sort of strength, but it really has no true strength. But honestly, the things worthy of having and worthy of wanting isn't really worth pursuing like it used to be. And I know that sounds crazy, but it really turned into vain pursuits, and they turn up empty with no substance. And you don't want to put yourself in a position of hoping for something that really isn't true. You want to believe in something, you want to have faith in something, but you don't want to hope for it. Honestly, there's nothing better than having the will. Will is like the most important thing to our existence. Our will, our very own will, is our very own ability, whether we're willing to do it or not. Our will says everything about us. What will you do? Will you go do all the things you say you want? Will you get up and be responsible every day? Will you work hard for the things you say you want? Will you complain? Will you nag? Your will is the capability and the most defining of your character and who you say you want to be, but what you really desire. It shows who you are. Most importantly, dang, I have to be outside. The flies are killing me. But yeah, it shows your will, your desire. Will is so important. Your will to do, your will to be, your will to accomplish, obtain, you know, give. Your ability, your willfulness, that is the most empowering thing about a person. And one's lack ability to have will in any aspect of their life, well, let me tell you, you can't get anywhere with lack of will. So remember that you must be able to do in order to have anything you want in life. Do you have the will to push yourself to accomplish the things you say you want, but be the person you say you want to be? Those defining moments help us be the person we are today, and that helps our character, and that ultimately our will defines who we are. So that's why I always say your how is the greatest important, because your how is your will. How you go about doing things is your will. It's your will to do. Whether you're willing to take a shortcut to do things, or you willing to go wholeheartedly in the process of, going through that process of doing things, or whether you're half committed or fully committed to things, whether you're fearful or sure or unsure about the things you want, really all depends on your will to do, your will to believe, your will to make action happen. And that all depends on you and who you say you want to be and what you say you want to do. And in this life, it's all about choices. The most beautiful thing for me is just living, knowing that I have the will to decide, to choose, to one day maybe love, to dream, and never regret. Never regret. Whether I make bad decisions or good ones, I will never regret. And I am so glad that I've never been super close to anybody. I've never really saw anybody worthy of such a privilege, honestly. And that's not to say I'm like the greatest person in the world, but I know I'm an amazing person. But I've never had any real close people I consider friends. And I never really I just really don't get close to people. I'll tell people what I believe best for them to know. Not everything they think they should know. Just what they deserve to know. And what's not important to tell. Because if I tell you, it's really no longer my business. But if I tell you, I expect you to keep it a secret. That's usually how I am, though. Because when you speak things into existence, it's no longer your business anyway. Especially if it's in like a public setting. But if it's like between you and the other person, it's still private, and it's, even if it's spoken to existence, it's still between the two of you. So, I'm just getting figuring out things from a different perspective, changing my outlook on life, and really reviewing myself and making sure that I'm prepared for the things I want, because I already accomplished the goals I want. I just have to see them. I just have to wait for them to be verified. And though I have accomplished them, you still have to go through the process of waiting on whether that's okay on the other end. You can do all your part, but you still have to wait on something else. It's just, no matter what you do, you still have to wait on somebody else to pull their part. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most difficult thing with opportunities, jobs, anything in life, relationships, friendships, anything. You're always having to wait or depend on somebody to be there, be reliant, or give the same back, or give you what you deserve. And that's very unfortunate. But in this life, you want to work hard for the things you desire, the things you want, because at the end of the day, no one has the true control of your will. Only you can will your power and you are in control of the universe that lives within you. You are the world, and the world evolves and lives within you, and you expand the world around you. So, peace, love, and happiness, and make this world better. Love y'all.